Gotta love it. Good BPM.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir à tous. Hi. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing very good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Guys, I'm with What's the Time today. Another podcast in English. Another challenge.
On peut parler en français si tu veux aussi.
That's okay. I mean, what do you feel more comfortable with?
I feel more comfortable in English.
Okay, so let's do it in English.
So I'm just going to move the mic in closer so we get the good levels.
Woohoo! Do you feel?
It's fine.
Okay,
It's fine.
I feel tall. I feel great today.
You're the host. You got to feel tall. You know what I mean? You got to.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, thank you so much for your gift.
Am I Nardwar now?
I really appreciate. Oh my god! So this is for me, right? So you gave me the Hotel California.
Are you blackmailing me on your podcast into giving you something now?
I don't know what you're talking about. You told me you're gonna give me.
I'll find you a second copy and then I'll give it to you.
Oh my god, are you serious?
I will do that.
But I want this one. I don't want a copy. I want this one.
No, but the same on vinyl. But I'll get you.
No, but I want this one.
Why this one?
Oh no. Why not? No.
What? This one's like 6 years old. I've owned it for so long.
Anyways, thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Doot. Like Nardwar?
Doot. Santé? No?
No, some water.
Water. This is how my English friends say it. Water.
So, why do you like Hotel California? Why?
Is it your podcast?
I'm just asking a question because what makes you want it so badly?
Because this is my childhood song.
It's your childhood song.
Yeah.
Do you know that apparently you can see a devil in the album?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Have you seen
If you open it up.
Oh my god.
Apparently right there.
Oh my god.
So like if you look, apparently right here you can see a devil. This is like it's literally in the Eagles documentary. Yeah, that thing right there.
Okay, I really need to find God now. Abdel, find God.
Call Kaleo.
Kaleo, find God.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay. Wow, that was a big intro. Sorry for that. That's my fault. I think that's my fault. But that's my podcast, so I do whatever I want.
You're the host. You get to bring it where you want.
Yeah, that's true. How are you today?
I'm doing really good. Really good. Even though it's starting to become autumn in Montreal.
Fuck autumn. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck autumn. I agree.
Yeah.
Go summer.
Go summer.
And the cold
Go
winter.
Eagles.
Go birds.
Go birds. Go summer. Yeah, we went to Philadelphia and that was...
About a month ago?
Yeah. And go birds.
Yes. Yeah. We filmed for, what was it? Daystar.
Yeah, KB Pablo.
And Kid Axe.
Yeah. That was nice. This is how I met you.
Yes. Well, actually, we met at the Thank God music video, but very briefly.
Yeah. Very briefly. That's true. Oh my God. Okay, guys, maybe we should give you a little bit of context because I have the feeling we're wilding out right now. I met What's the Times, who's a producer,
audio engineer, and I play guitar, a bit of drums, a bit of couple instruments, and I run a recording.
So many instruments here. Like, I want to steal everything.
No.
Oh. Okay.
You can I'll lend them to you, you know?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. So I run a recording studio and I've been playing guitar for like 11 years now and audio engineering for about 4.
That's a lot. Actually.
Yeah.
When did your room become a home studio?
Like about 6 years ago, it like started. Mm-hmm. So for those who don't know, I have a home studio and I have a tracking room where I put my drums, my guitars, my bass, my keyboards, and then I have a room where I mix. So originally it was like just a room here and I had like your standard 2 mic setup. And I would bring my like drum kit in this room and I'd record drums and guitars and all that. And I don't know, I just really record it. Like, as soon as I got into music, I was always into recording. So, like, I think I've been playing guitar for 6 months, and I'd, like, downloaded Audacity and would, like, plug... I used the rock... You know the Rock Band thing you plug into your thing? I would plug that into my laptop to record guitar.
Wow.
Sounded disgusting.
Yeah.
Horrendous sounding. But, you know, so I always wanted to record. And then I bought a reel-to-reel. And that was how I first recorded. So at my mom's place, I had a keyboard, guitar, and I'd record on an old reel-to-reel. Ooh. And so it just grew and grew. So every year I'd like, for Christmas, I'd ask from my parents, like, oh, could I have a mic or could I have this? And my parents were lucky enough to really help me out. And then, but in the current form you see it, it's been like this for probably like 3 months. I got rid of my bed.
Okay. Yeah, you got rid of your bed for a couch. Tell me about that. Why?
Okay. So basically... people would come over and I felt it would make it look less professional that I had like a bed in my studio. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get a couch. It's a pull-out couch, you know, one of those IKEA ones. I can sleep on it. And I find it gave me more room. So like now I have like room here. I can set up microphones. I can put more of my vinyl.
You can host the Bluecast.
Exactly. Yeah. And I find it looks nicer. And it forces me to be in bed less because one of my friends, Maoli, was telling me he knew this photographer who got rid of his bed so he'd work more and spend less time in bed.
Okay.
And I really liked that idea. I was like, yo, you know, like, because I just sit in my bed and like I'm on my phone for 4 hours. I'm like...
And do you have the feeling it actually works?
Yeah. I think I like when people come in because I hosted a session with a bunch of producers not that long ago. And it's like, you know, you can come in, you can make yourself comfortable. You know, you can bring some extra chairs in here. I can probably... Like without the bed now, I can probably have like 6 people comfortably. Yeah. Plus people in there. So.
That's cool. I don't know if I would be ready to, you know, get rid of my bed. But when I see your setup and everything, I'm like, okay, in my next place, maybe I should make more room for, you know, like my computer, my laptop, everything, blah, blah. And maybe I should just...
Yeah, I find
get rid of a bed.
My productivity's been up. I'm like, I'm not saying to get rid of your bed, but like if you have a space that doubles...
Welcome to the Billionaire Podcast.
Yeah, oh my God. Don't speak too loud into the mic. You're gonna.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I'll compress it all. But I got audio nerd things.
Wow.
But I just find I'm more productive. Like it feels like a healthier workspace. Like I get up every morning, I put my bed underneath there. It takes me about like 10 minutes to clean my room, and then it feels like a real workspace. You know, I can come over. You know, I'll sit here at my desk and just make beats or mix stuff. A lot of listening to music. And
isn't it like too hard to separate your work from your downtime, as everything is in the same room, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that I do not have. I don't know if it's like a healthy balance, but like I love making music so much that like I'll just make music because I want to do it. Like I'll be watching hockey with my dad and I'm like, I want to just go make some beats, so I'll just go downstairs and make beats.
That's a flex. That's such a flex. I wish I could do that. One day.
One day.
Oh my God. So we met in Philly. No, not in Philly, in Montreal. No, at Thank God Music Video, but we didn't really met this day. So we really met the day we went to Philadelphia. That's crazy because that was a fun road trip, right?
Yes, a lot of fun. Some chaos.
A lot of chaos. Oh my God. A lot of chaos.
Shout out to the light.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But yeah, I like Philly. There's some cool things happening there.
Yeah.
I don't know. What I like is the rap style is different in Montreal. Because I personally, I'm from Montreal. Styles, there's not a lot of artists crossing between the English and the French stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of cool there. The sound's a little more ragey. You can definitely you can tell Little Uzi comes from there.
Yeah, that's crazy because when we went to Philly and when we started to record the music videos, when I listened to the music videos, I was like, oh my God, that's why. Okay, that's Philly. That's why. Now I understand. And that was so cool, like, to realize that, you know?
Yeah. It's interesting. Some of it's cool. Some of it's a little too out there for me. But, you know, like...
Why?
I just think there's the vocals somebody's never locked into a pocket. Or the other thing is when it's on the lower end, the keys aren't good. Where like the bass will be out of key with the vocals and shit, and you're like,
wow, you're definitely a nerd. You are.
My life is watching music interviews. I love that. My favorite thing were like watching documentaries of how albums are made.
Ooh.
I know I'm a big like. I don't know, some of my favorite people, like Madlib. But I only got into hip hop about five, like really into it like 5 years ago. So before that, I was like a hardcore. Well, as you can tell by my albums, if you look through them, a lot of like 60s, 70s rock. That's why I have so many guitars. And like, so I was big into guys like one of my favorite guys who's produced in the 80s, but it's Daniel Lanois. He produced for U2, Peter Gabriel, and he's from originally Baller, and I think in like Hull.
Okay.
Somewhere there. Don't fact check me on that one. But he was born in Quebec. And he was like named by Rolling Stone the beta producers of the 80s. Like they named them the best. So I was inspired by him. I don't know, I like guys like oh my god, I'm forgetting the name. Andrew Miller, he produced all the Rolling Stones album. My dad's a massive Rolling Stones fan. He has like a couple hundred of their albums. Like different copies from different places in the world.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's I don't know, that's what like got me into it. Being a nerd and like really like nerding out on how instruments are recorded. And then I had like my crossover to hip hop, which led me more into
thanks to jazz, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was really interesting. When you told me about that the fact that you really love jazz and you went into hip hop thanks to Kendrick album, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, so the jazz I got into was like John Coltrane.
Yeah.
I Love Supreme, which is like like pretty big jazz album, one of the bigger ones of the 60s. And so yeah, I got into that. And then I don't remember how, I think oh no, I remember how a girl I had a crush on liked Kendrick Lamar. So it's like, I'm gonna check this out. And
that's so fun. Oh my god.
And I listened. I was like, I remember listening to the All Right music video, which has this like weird intro, a Soundwave beat where you can hear Thundercat playing on the bass. And then I was like, what the fuck is this? So I went and I'm not capping here. I did not pirate music. I was never a pirater because I was always like, I want to support the artists. So I went and that was one of the rare albums I bought To Pimp a Butterfly.
You're a real one.
Yeah. I was.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I bought To Pimp a Butterfly, and that's how I got into hip hop. And then the other album was that 2016 J. Cole album.
For Your Eyes Only?
Yeah, the Folding Clothes, the one the Steve Lacy beat. That shit got me. And then it was like Tribe, Mad Villainy, then Dilla, Dilla. And then it just kind of went, if you look now, it's like a lot of Dilla, Craven, Alchemist, Pete Rock, Premier. Again, I'm trying to get into Marley Marl. But outside that, I also like listening to like jazz, Brazilian music, soundtracks.
Oh my god, soundtracks. Tell me about that.
Oh my god, I love...
What's your favorite soundtrack?
It's oh my god, let me pull it up. It's by François de Rebelle, but it's I forget the movie. Sorry.
Go for it.
Les Lèvres Rouges.
Okay. I don't know about this movie.
I have watched part of the movie, but just the soundtrack is crazy. It's like super fuzzed out guitars, strings, and a lot of like funky drums. I don't know. I like that. I like the 60s stuff. I like this guy Piero Lumani. He's Italian.
Okay.
And then I like these like library records, which were made to be used in films, like the KPM stuff. So it's like you're like listening to these records that you'd buy to use in your movies, and there's just like some crazy stuff. Like,
wow.
So yeah, big nerd.
That's crazy. But I have the feeling that about hip hop, when you got to know hip hop, I have the feeling that you just deep dived in it.
Yes, because a lot of it was like weirdly like sometimes you just get like, oh, this is just shit I listened to beforehand. Like the first beat I ever made was sampling the opening song off the Stevie Wonder album.
Yeah.
And then I listened like later that, I think it was a year or two later, to a Jay-Z album, and it had the same sample in it. I was like, oh, I know where this came from. And it was like listening to stuff and being like, oh, like I really got into the meters pre me ever getting into hip hop. And then I get into hip hop and the meters are like sample gods.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I own a meters album before I even got into hip hop, just because I like that kind of stuff. So it was just like, oh, this is all the shit I just listened to just being like reinterpreted.
That's so fun. But okay, does that mean that you deep dive in hip hop thanks to sample snitching in some type of way?
Ooh, see, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say sample snitching because shit. Like, look, it's depending don't sample snitch if it's a small project.
I'm just joking.
But like big artists, like a big artist from the 80s, you're gonna know what samples it is by now. You know what I mean? So like, you just kind of was like, oh, and then you listen to the interviews and they're like, oh, I love this Meters drum break, or I love this James Brown drum break, and it's like, oh, I listen to James Brown, I listen to the Meters. Yeah. So it's just like reinterpreting. But then the thing I like about hip hop is they'll go like a step deeper. Like you listen to like the Mad Libs and all these people, they're finding some records with like 200 pressings from Ghana or like, crazy, right? Some Brazilian, and you're like, how did you find this? You know, and it's some of the illest shit you've ever heard.
I think it's just, the passion of digging again and again and going like to some stores and stuff like that.
When I went to Europe, I would get off I went to Europe on a cruise ship, and every stop, that was my main goal, was I was going to go crate digging.
That's so fun.
And I've never been defeated by a record store up until that trip. I went to this place in Belfast. Yeah, Belfast. Sorry, I'm remembering the city. And it was like a thrift store, and I go up to the top level, and it was like a huge room, probably the size of both these combined, and just walls, floor, like 2 racks of just vinyls, deep.
Wow.
And $1 each. And I only had an hour, so I had to give up. I came up with like 12 albums. I was chilling.
Wow.
But yeah. You find some weird shit, man.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
What's the most surprising record you made with, a vinyl you bought in Europe or whatever, wherever?
I've only I bought like 50, and I only made beats at like 15 of them so far. Oh shit! Sorry, I'm trying to think in my head of the beats I've made. I think I got a lot of like acapellas. So I was like making beats with like, I would like take parts of the acapellas. So I made this cool one where I love sampling Bob James. That man's my god, my sample god. And so I found some of his vinyls, and I threw that with like a Nas freestyle, I took like a couple of lines and then some lines from a Common thing. That was very different. It's not the best beat I've ever made, but it was just something I wouldn't have made if I didn't go there.
Yeah.
And then I found like I found these weird, like some jazz records from some guys in Sweden, and it was like finding stuff that I wouldn't find here.
Okay, that's interesting. Talking about traveling, so we met thanks to travel, right? And we did a road trip. That was so fun, and I have the feeling that in this road trip we put a lot of music in the car, right? And I don't know, like I have the feeling that it just, I don't have the word in English, but
bond?
I'm gonna find, That was like a strong bond between us.
Yeah, I think it's because we have a lot of the same common grounds in music.
Yeah.
And then you also have stuff that I don't know, because I think, but culturally you come from a completely different environment than I do. Yeah. So you're going to have, like, that's what I love, is you have stuff that I like would never hear.
Just laying in the car.
No, but then, there's like the common stuff we got on. It's like, that's what I like, is like, you're deep into the music, and you kind of you're not just limited to one thing. You're not like, I'm a Griselda girly and that's all, like You're like, I have never heard a record that doesn't have a West Side Gun ad lib on it. Like, you
only listen to West Side.
No, but you'll listen to Daft Punk. You're an ASAP person. You'll listen. You like a little bit of Smiths. You like some stuff from the '80s. You like Eagles. Like there's.
I love music. Oh my god, I love music. Are you a Griselda? Would you say you're a Griselda boy?
See, the thing is, yes, but I listen to so much different music. Like the last couple of weeks, I've just been bumping Detroit stuff.
Oh, we need to talk.
TGX6, Babytron. Punch Made Dev isn't from Detroit, but they're just like the scam rap shit and the way they rap.
No, this is crazy. Like they just saying crazy shit. But
if you want to laugh,
unbothered.
Listen to Dynamic Duo 2 by TGX6. It's some of the most absurd lines I've ever heard in my life.
I just fucked a broke bitch. A broke bitch? Oh my god, I'm so tired. I just fucked a broke bitch. She asked me for $3.
My favorite one is when he says he buys her a pickle after that one.
That's cool from him.
A lot of would never fly anywhere that you need a PG-13. These are some of the most crazy stuff.
Oh, that's crazy.
But it's amazing to listen to. I'm shocked.
I'm shocked too.
I could write a paper on what is said in there. There's so much happening in such quick. In 4 bars, you've had eight different thoughts, and you're just
and 12 different situations.
Oh my god,
that's so confusing. I wish I was in the studio when they made the song, just to see was this guy just okay, I'm gonna just pick some random
They
stuff
must be freestyling. They must be freestyling.
Yeah. But maybe,
yeah. The Detroit shit's whack.
Bad bitches.
Oh my god.
That's bad.
But what I like is it's a different flow. What I like is you're kind of seeing I don't know. There's some new flows I like the Atlanta thing. Mm-hmm. It's still new, but it's what the Migos did. It feels like it's already been really tapped into. I was actually having a conversation with some artists yesterday, and I'm saying what I really want is I want to how you have the old school sample beats, but with the new flows. Mm-hmm. No one wants to. I personally, I don't want to hear a beat from the 90s and then have a guy try to sound like his best 90s impression.
No. Oh my god, no, please.
I kind of like it. Oh, if my beat's gonna sound like the 90s, let me throw some of these new DMC flows, some of these Detroit stuff, a little bit of the Atlanta triplet.
Yeah, just try some new stuff.
It's you're taking the new rap style and you're bringing it on the old school beats, which is interesting because then guys in the 90s didn't rap like you can rap today, you know? The whole UK drill thing, they rap a certain way. I don't know, I find that very...
Yeah, and I think that's enriching, the fact that we can, take some old records or do some old school beats or stuff like that, but just try to constantly renew them by trying new stuff on it, and that's amazing. It's what's the quote again? Rien ne se perd, rien ne se crée, tout se transforme. I don't know how to say that in English.
Non, mais je comprends ce que tu veux dire, ouais.
But yeah, I don't know how to say that in English.
These people can learn some French, we're giving them a basic French lesson.
Rien ne se perd, rien ne se crée, tout se transforme. C'est Lavoisier, je crois. You can just type it.
Google. Good old Google.
But yeah, that's amazing to see, all these things renewing constantly again and again.
The one thing I do find interesting is you look at sampling in the 80s, there are sampling records that are 4 years old. You're sampling in 85, you're sampling stuff from 70s, you're sampling stuff from 81. Africa Bambaataa samples Trans Euro Express by Kraftwerk. And that record's 3 to 4 years old. Mm-hmm. Now people are a lot more into sampling stuff from the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
And there's this thing about I don't want to sampling new records can be a bit taboo, it seems.
Yeah, but
Why?
Why should it be taboo?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like was it Ninth Wonder on Duckworth? He samples some Hiatus Coyote. Mm-hmm. That's a new band. You know, like it's just that's what I find interesting. Sometimes you look like a lot of the Griselda stuff's a lot of 80s, well, like older samples. They're not sampling new stuff, which I find a bit interesting. I don't know why that happened. That's just a thought of mine.
Yeah. So right now you just doing sampling, or do you try also, to
So I sample, I make my own samples. I'm actually working on a movie soundtrack right now where I have to actually play all the parts.
Ooh.
I have to learn how to write for strings and all that. So it's exciting, but it's a bit different because I used to. So when I first started making, I first released music. Oh my God. Was it 2019? 2019 was my first song I put out, and it was made all on my laptop, but with a MIDI keyboard. I played the keys and I programmed the drums. And then the more I started playing guitar. And so the first one album that I made, I put out is no longer on streaming, but I have my first 2 albums that are streamed and my first EP on Spotify or whatever streaming service you use. I played all the instruments.
Okay.
I sometimes sample the drums, but I have an album called Cornfield, which I made with 2 of my friends, and we went to my cottage and we recorded it, and everything on there is played. If not, it's on a MIDI keyboard. We recorded all the drums, we recorded all the bass, all the guitars, got a couple of features, and I strictly did that. And about a year and a half ago, I got into sampling.
Okay.
So I was trying to make beats where I played the samples. And I'm decent at instruments. I'm pretty damn good at and all that. But to be at the level you are, some of these samples to play is I don't have the time in a day to practice piano.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
So I started to get into sampling.
That's cool. So that's a way for you to, how can I say that? To play more instruments without spending a lot of time on it.
Yeah. The thing I love about sampling is I'm an instrument whore, as you can see.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom's gonna love that I said that word. Shout out, Mom. I have a lot of instruments, and I love my instruments, but goddamn, they're expensive. I can buy a piece of vinyl for $4, and I'm gonna have all these different sounds I could never get on so many instruments.
Yeah.
So it's for the money, I can get so much more than, buying a new synth, as much as I love my synths and all that. So, yeah. So, and what I've been getting into more is, I went sample hard for a year, and about the last, I'd say month, I've been doing sampling and playing instruments.
Okay.
So I'll have samples. Started doing that a bit before, but I'll have a sample and they'll be okay, let me add some bass to this, or let me add a guitar line, or let me add some synths. Yeah,
it just stimulates your creativity.
And it's not just me doing the sample. Yeah. It's I sampled was some Kingsway Music Library stuff, who's made by Frank Dukes, who's produced all these people. And I would sit there and I'd add obviously add some drums. Then let me add a bass synth, or let me add some synthesizers, just so it's not just the loop or the sample. I'm trying to keep it in both worlds.
That's nice. Oh my God, I just had a flashback. You made a remix of a JT song.
Of the City Girls, yes.
Oh my God, a drumless remix, right?
Yes. I did that in a Babytron remix.
How?
What do you mean?
How did you get the idea to do that? That's fun.
So I really like contrasted music. So taking rap vocals I record on super hype trap beats and then putting them over drumless shit, just the contrast is so interesting. Because the beat's going super fast and it's the same BPM, but what I'm just doing is I'm putting it I'll halftime it. So if the BPM's at 140, I'll put a beat that's at 70. So and it's the drumless stuff. So I'm actually thinking about doing an EP of that kind of stuff, a little remix thing.
Oh, that could be really fun. Oh my God. I'm gonna stream it.
My idea is to make it sample some Batman Two-Face stuff, because it's the contrast,
Oh
So I actually have I was gonna do that in the next couple days because I have that one. I have a Babytron remix, and I need to make 2 more.
Oh my god, that's so fun!
I tried to do a TGX remix, but it did not work because his vocals without the beat, it wasn't there was no energy, which really surprised me.
That's crazy how much a beat can surprise you when you just change or when you remove the background and everything. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's some stuff where without the beat.
Yeah.
It ain't it.
Yeah. When the beat carries you, that's kind of bad. I mean, that's okay, but
hey, at least you got a good beat, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Do you remember the first time you traveled alone? Because travel is a big part of your life, right?
Traveled by myself?
Yeah.
Without my parents or by myself? Because I've traveled with friends.
Traveled by yourself.
Really by myself was when I went to Colorado in April.
How was it?
Amazing. I went for 3 weeks and hiked, bought some records, visited Denver a lot, went to the mountains. It was fun. A lot of fun.
Wow. What did you learn about yourself?
I just think I became more comfortable with being by myself. I'd call my dad or my mom to just talk about life and all that, or my friends. Shout out Maoli and Abdel. Yeah. I would FaceTime them. I'd be hiking. I'd be here. And then 2 hours later, I'd be so I'm in a hot springs next to a river. What up? But yeah, just a lot of nature. I don't know. I discovered I can just travel by myself and all that. And it was nice to get out there. But yeah, I traveled before that. I'd driven to California when I was 19, but never by myself. So that was the first time. It was a lot of fun. I liked it. Though it was nice to get back. Sleeping in my car for 3 weeks was a little... and it would snow. Some days it was 20 and some days it would snow.
No way.
Yeah, because you're so high up in the mountains, so the temperature can change.
What?
Yeah, I arrived there, it was 20 degrees, and when I left, there was snow on the ground.
Oh, I can die.
It was scary. Not actually, but
that's scary. That's scary. I don't like the end of the story.
I loved it. I would highly recommend going.
Okay, maybe
beautiful mountains. Denver's a really nice city.
Yeah. Did you discover a lot of music over there, or not really?
I just sat and listened to podcasts, and I would just. I got into Steel Pulse, which is a reggae band from the 80s from the UK. I got into them. I was listening to some Sublime. I don't know what, and some Bad Brains. And then just beats, I was listening to my Madlib, my Dilla, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was more I got into some reggae. Oh, and I got into some bossa nova, the Stan Getz albums. Nice. On Impulse.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
so cool. And how does traveling inspires? Oh my god, guys, that's complicated today. How does traveling inspires you to make music? What's the impact of traveling on your music?
I do this weird thing where when I go to cities, I like looking up who's famous from there and then just listening. So when I went to Virginia Beach, huge for Pharrell, Neptunes. I was just Pusha T. I was we're going into that. When I was in South Carolina, I was we're listening to some Dreamville, because they're from the Carolinas. Yeah. When I go to New York, it's I'll listen to New York hip hop. I go to Philly, it's let's put on the Roots, DJ Drama.
DJ Drama. Okay.
Oh my god, I love my DJ Drama tapes. But that when I went to Houston, it was okay, I gotta listen to DJ. When I drove through Houston, I was okay, I'm gonna listen to DJ Screw.
Oh, that's my dream. I want to go to Houston and just listen to Chopped and Screwed all day long.
I was on on this site called Internet Archives, and they have almost every Screw tape for download.
No way.
For free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was I was downloading them to add to my DJ deck so I could just do a whole Chopped and Screwed set. Yeah. But no, I find I like to listen from different places.
Yeah.
And then I just sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll not listen to music just to take a break. And then,
Yeah. I remember when we were in Philadelphia, like the Saturday night, like we were listening music all day long, and then we were sitting in the car like silence.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And Kilio was like, can I put some music?
No.
That was so fun. But I definitely feel what you mean, because when we were in Philadelphia, like when I was alone, I was listening to Meek Mill like crazy, and I was like, okay, I understand.
I'll make a confession. I don't listen to much Meek Mill.
That's okay.
The only things I listen to is just the remixes that Knowledge made of him.
You have to listen to Blue Notes, because it's called
Blue. Okay. I get it.
Blue Notes 1 and Blue Notes Part 2, because there are two.
Why is blue your favorite color? That's...
Let me... I mean, it's my podcast, so I do whatever I want. So let me find the explanation, because there is an explanation, actually.
Oh, yes, it's on your website.
Oh,
yes, you read it.
I made you read. Yeah.
Yes, now I remember.
Yeah.
Like, blue is my favorite color, but it's kind of just because my eyes are blue.
That's okay.
You know, I don't have that much of a deep...
That's okay. That's okay. Should I read?
If you want, it's your podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm
You're the boss here.
Yeah, I'm the boss here. As Meek Mill, I'm a boss.
You're MC Blue.
I'm MC Blue.
Master ceremonies.
Welcome to the Bluecast. I'm MC. Okay, stop that. I'm kind of lazy, actually. Okay, I'm gonna read it. People call me blue because I love this color. The blue represents the sky and the sea. What we see in between is the horizon, this place we never reach. Stubborn as I am, I've decided to pursue this horizon. Oh my God, I hate my English accent now. The horizon is the goals I want to attain, and once reached, they will renew and get bigger again and again. Yeah, so that's why I've chosen blue. Anyway, oh, do you remember when we were in New York and listening to songs from New York, and then Kilio was like, put New York State of Mind, and he put the sound like very high, on high volume, and I was like, don't do that to me.
The thing I got, I was like, it was when Mehdi put on, oh my God, that Jay-Z and Alicia Keys song.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one. It was like, come on.
In the middle of Manhattan, guys.
We're listening to like the tourist thing, like what you would go on a tourist bus in here. You know, I go to New York, I'm like, okay, we're gonna listen to like some Rome Streets, we're gonna do the Nas thing, you know, like... You know, maybe like, and then even depends on what borough you're staying in. Like Queens has its sound, like Prodigy, the Havoc stuff. And you got Brooklyn.
Let's listen to the Flatbush Zombies.
I was gonna say, you know, Biggie, but
yeah,
and Jay-Z,
of course. And
Mount Vernon's got Pete Rock.
Oh,
yeah, yo, every borough has its own sound.
Yeah,
and the thing that's so interesting to me is how the boroughs would beef with each other.
That's interesting, actually.
In the 80s, like you had, was it Marley Marl and I forget the other guy? Like there was basically a beef between the Bronx and the Queens.
Yeah. That
like they'd have like songs going at each other. I'm like, wow. Wow. Damn. In Montreal, if I met someone else who did rap, I'd be like, yo, cool.
Yeah. Imagine someone from
Laval. Laval getting mad at Hochelaga people?
Maybe that's not a good example.
Shout out Laval. Oh.
Can you imagine?
All right, for anyone who's not from Montreal, Laval is like where everyone makes fun of Laval for some reason.
I don't even know why.
Have you been to Laval?
No, I've never been.
You've never been to Laval?
I want to understand, you know?
It's just, I I don't have enough time to go into it, but it's just like it's like a decently sized place, but it's just like a lot of memes. Vanier is close to there, which is a CEGEP, which is like in between university and high school, because Quebec has some weird schooling things.
That's true.
But yeah, no, Laval is special. I love how we got one from Queens to Laval. That was smooth.
Laval. I need to go there to see. Why? Oh, I've just seen this rapper from Laval who was murdered like 1 week ago.
No.
Oh my God.
Damn.
In one of his songs, is like, oh my God. I have to show you. That's crazy, guys. Like, this guy was really in the streets. Like, he was just making like crazy rap, like crazy street rap. And
is it like trap or is it like?
Somehow, I would say, yeah, somehow. Young Dev, Backwoods. Oh my God, you have to listen to that.
I have not heard of it. Honestly, I try to be up to date on the Montreal rap scene, but I kind of...
That's okay.
It's... Because it's a whole, there's different scenes in Montreal. There's the English, there's the French scene. And within the English scene, like I go every Wednesday, not every Wednesday, but I try to go semi-often to these jams Wednesday called Grove. And there's a lot of rappers who go there, but they're different. They're not like, it's not like trap rappers or drumless rappers. It's like, they rap over like R&B stuff. So it's like a different scene, you know, and then you have like...
I have the thing there are so many like micro scenes in Montreal, which is really interesting. Look at this. Shot by Empty Hell.
He must have thought he was really clever at that one.
Rest in peace.
Okay, but he's not using autotune. Okay.
Yeah, so he...
You ever met him or?
Sorry?
You ever met him or?
No.
Okay, great.
No, I've just learned he was murdered. Anyways.
That's grim.
That's crazy. But yeah, I love the fact that in Montreal there are like so many versatility.
Yeah.
Versatility in the same scene.
But then I think it leads, so one of the things I've been really on lately is trying to understand why Montreal cannot produce a star as big as Toronto can, or even like a third of Toronto can. Because you look at Spotify, your 3 biggest streaming artists in the world are number 1, The Weeknd, I think second is Taylor Swift, and third is Drake.
Yeah.
And The Weeknd and Drake come from Toronto. Yeah. From the GTO, Ontario. Justin Bieber's from around there. Party Next Door. Like Daniel Caesar, I believe. River Tiber. There's a lot. And then Montreal, we got Charlotte Cardin. We got Shab. We got Nate Husser. We have Planet Kiza. Zach Soya. But it's no one's... I just named you artists. Like The Weeknd pulls in 100 million, streams. We don't even have a person I think pulls in 15. Outside of like Celine Dion, but she doesn't.
That's different.
And I don't. Producer wise, we got a lot of producers.
Yeah,
we got Dirtwork, Kate Trinata,
Nicholas Craven,
Shab. The guys from Planet Giza. I'm forgetting names. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But there's people like these people have won Grammys and are producing for Kanye and Wayne and all these people in the Griselda scene, but there's no one who's pulling in that many streams, and I don't.
Why? That's
my theory is because it's of the English and the French thing, which maybe divides it up in a weird way.
Yeah,
maybe that's my theory, but I'm not I'm not certain on it.
I'm pretty sure someone like Mike Shab could be a superstar. Yeah.
But I think the issue is no one's done it yet in Montreal, so it's to get to that point. Like, Drake's already blown up Toronto. Like, you can just... Within Toronto, it's already, like, the pathway. Like, Charlotte Cardin, she's big, but she's not in the rap scene. She's a...
Yeah. And you know what? I was thinking she was French.
No, she's from Montreal.
That's crazy. even Cœur de Pirate, I was thinking she was French.
You know, Montreal has a lot of, like, it's a lot of good stuff, but it's just like, and then the other thing is, there's a lot of government grants.
Yeah.
So some artists just make their money off government grants and they'll tour Quebec. Like, you can be a French artist here and just tour Quebec, and that's where you make your money and play a bit of Ontario.
Yeah, and you don't really get out of your comfort zone because you have the grant and...
You're good. You're chilling.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I'm not saying they get grants, but a band like Les Cowboys Fringants, they're huge here. Huge. I go in the States, I mentioned that name. No one knows who they are.
That's crazy.
So I think that's why, but I'm interested to figure out why. Because it's like, I think what that also does is it makes, like, the producers have to go outside of Montreal to make it big. You know? Kate Trinata had his band with his brother, Lou Phelps. But to get big, he worked with people outside, Anderson .Paak, all these people. You know, he went outside of Montreal. Craven went outside of Montreal. Yeah. Dirtwork is produced for Wayne. All these, they've gone outside of Montreal. You know, the big...
Who?
Dirtwork.
Oh, Dirtwork. Yeah.
Yeah, he's produced, like, outside of Montreal. Like, he went outside and produced for people outside of Montreal.
That's crazy. The fact that you always have to go outside to...
hit the really big level.
Yeah, and to also hit your city as well.
Oh, I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, almost like get respect in your city. You gotta. That's honestly kind of true, but I just think I find it interesting. I'm just like trying to understand, because you know, like I don't think it's for the lack. I think we have good artists, though. I think I may say something sacrilegious. I think
say it.
Montreal's rappers aren't as aren't as good as some of the cities in the States. Like, I think the States, they're just so much more rapping. I'm gonna use the Wu-Tang thing: steel sharpens steel, or iron sharpens iron, whichever one it is. So, like, at the force of having so many rappers around you, to be noticed, you have to be better than them. Like in Montreal, there's rappers, but not like you go to a city like Atlanta, New York, Detroit. Like Detroit,
it's a lot more competitive.
Detroit is 600,000 people. 700,000. We're 3 million in Montreal, and they have their rap scene is recognized around the US. You know?
Don't you think it's hard, like, to compare a city like Montreal to a city from the United States, as it's, you know, like culturally, it's not the same?
Oh, not at all. Because I think we grow up with, like, the French Canadian culture, which has a lot to do with that. But I think it's because I travel a lot. So, like, you know, Detroit's 12 hours from here. Yeah. So I can hop in my car and be there at the end of the day. You know, take me like a whole day to drive there. Yeah. Sorry, not even 12. It's 8. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's 8. So, like, I just look at it as, like, why is, like, something an 8-hour drive that's so much smaller able to produce something that's more widely recognized than Montreal? You know? Yeah.
I think it has definitely something to do with the French-English thing.
Yeah, I think because Quebec's, you get off Montreal, it's mostly French. Like, you know, you go up to Tremblant, Trois-Rivières, Quebec City, Shawinigan, Chicoutimi, that's all French. Okay. You have the Eastern Townships, which are a bit English, but it's mostly French. The island of Montreal is where it's mostly, where the English...
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
So maybe that's why, I don't know, we went on a long tangent on it, but, you know, I think...
Yeah. Oh my god, I want to know now. I need to drink some water.
You need to think after that one? Yeah, I don't know, I just, like...
This actually fucked up my brain. Like, my brain right now is freezing.
Like, I just also find it, like, you look at, like, well, especially like, you know, like in each, I think something else, sorry, I was stuttering there. Different cities have very different, like stylistically it changes. It's kind of gotten slightly more with the internet, but like Houston has its thing, you know.
Yeah.
Detroit has its thing. Yeah. Buffalo now has its thing. Well, the whole Griselda thing blew up, and they're like the biggest thing, one of the biggest things in rap. You know, well, New York. Florida had its thing with the SoundCloud rappers. Yeah. With Denzel, XXX.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was such an era. Oh my God, that was so cool.
I feel old. I went to DJ last year and I went to play X.
Yeah, you told me.
And it was like, I asked my friend who was DJing, I'm like, is X like, because these kids are like 19, 18, 20, you know, fresh university children. And I'm like, will they know X? And he's like, I don't think so. And I'm like thinking, look at me, he's like 8 years old.
That's
like they were 11 or 12 when it came out, and I was like, oh my God, time has flown by.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were in the car just listening to Juice WRLD, XXX, and like Lucid Dreams is like 5 years?
It's crazy.
What the time flies.
Yeah, but and what's weird is I think that like that era of music is like it's past its peak. Like the Lil Xans, Lil Xans, Juice WRLD, XXX,
Lil Skies,
the big SoundCloud rappers. The ones that are left and big is Uzi's still around.
Yeah,
but Uzi, the
Trippie Reds as well.
Yes, Trippie's still around, but it's not like they're not. Uzi, I'm probably wrong. There's probably another name I'm forgetting, but right now Uzi's the only name that I can think of that's like from the SoundCloud era. You'd say that's still like big, you know?
Yeah.
Now I wonder what's going to be the next big thing in rap. I see a lot of Afrobeat and dancehall influences. Like the drum patterns are coming in. Yeah. Like that new Ice Spice song.
Yeah.
But I think she's trying to go more pop.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I can't wait to see what's next. Like, imagine the next SoundCloud era. Like, of course, it would not be called the SoundCloud era, but
like the next thing that's gonna
imagine. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Because the SoundCloud era. Oh my God, there were so many things going on. That was crazy.
Do you think maybe the UK is going to be it with drill? Like the UK drill stuff's going to really blow up? He has Central C, who he's crossed over, but do you think there's going to be like, since Central C is broken into America and made it like he's working with Drake and all that, do you think now like it's going to be...
That's a great question. I think that UK drill right now might be, and I'm not sure, but might be at his peak right now. But like for me, it's so complicated because I have the feeling that drill was just like up and down. Like we had the Chicago era, and then the drill traveled to London, then came back to New York, and we had Pop Smoke and Fivio Foreign as well, and all these guys, and then came back to UK. I mean, it never left UK, but like the light was more on the UK. So I don't know, but I love UK drill so much, but I have the feeling that before, like maybe 2 years ago, it was already like something big, like. Because I used to live in London and everyone was just listening to that.
I don't think in London. I think I'm in America. It's about to get like. I think like. I don't think Central C is going to be the only person to really be like big with it. You know, I think there's going to be another guy who's going to come along and maybe not be Central C side, but like kind of. That was what was interesting, I think, about drill and all that. It was the first time that hip hop went abroad and then influenced America.
That's funny, right?
It's the first time it was the first time that like America for its own like stuff. Because you think hip hop for the most time, like, yeah, they're sampling outside of America, but their influences are like RZA, Marley, like, you know, all these guys from the 80s, and then the 2000s people listen to guys from the 90s. And then it like, no one was being like, oh, yeah, I listen to UK rap. And now like people are like, yeah, I listen to UK rap. Like it became like influences, which is interesting.
SOS.
But then
somebody rescue me.
But then we were seeing other influences in hip hop, like the dance hall thing.
Yeah.
Like
that's strong. The dance hall in hip hop. Oh my god, that's something.
And the Afrobeat.
And wait for Amapiano to come like more deeper and deeper in rap. That's gonna be insane.
Enjoying the muffin? Hits the spot.
I love it. Amapiano. Oh my god. I was listening to this song. I have a friend. He made an Amapiano song. And like it's not out yet, but he just rap on a hip hop Amapiano beat, and oh my god.
Good?
That's so different. I loved it. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for that era. Like, if this comes, I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always like, I just find it interesting. That's that. Just like the way it can develop. And that's like, to bring it back with hip hop, is like what I find is like you can go so many different ways in hip hop. Like there's the whole like super rage trap, there's the psychedelic trap, there's the drumless, there's the boom bap, there's like, I've yet to really see like a corner you can't go into with rap. Like the box of it is very big. Like it's crazy in a way that like this genre that like Little Uzi can be the same genre as like a DJ Screw, as like Common, as like it's all like there's so many different ways, and then you know
and everything is connected. That's insane, actually. I don't know why I keep like drinking and eating. Like I can't stop. Like
it's because the Tim Hortons muffins are good.
Yeah.
Actually, I brought her to Tim Hortons for the first time ever. Got some Timmy's muffins.
Yeah, that's my baptism. I don't know the words in English.
Baptism?
Baptism.
Yeah, your baptism of Timmy's.
So can Tim Hortons pay us, as we said, Tim Hortons in the video?
What'd you say, sir?
Can they pay us, as we said
I wish they could. I wish Tim Hortons could pay us.
Yes, please.
You want to know the most Canadian thing about Tim Hortons? The guy who started Tim Hortons was a hockey player, like played for the Toronto.
Really?
Yeah, Tim Hortons. He played for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Okay, fun facts. I love to learn new stuff.
That's like pretty much every Canadian, I assume, knows that, 'cause it's like, you know.
What's next for you?
Oh, so right now, I put out an instrumental tape in May. And I love making instrumental beats, but I was very much like, right now I'm very much conscious of the next thing I'm going to do. Because as much as I love making instrumental beats, it's not the most wide, like broad based thing. Like not people want to listen to stuff with lyric, and not everyone wants to hear just instrumentals. So right now I'm working on projects with different rappers, and I'm kind of like waiting for the next song to put out, but I want it to be with vocals on it. Yeah. Because I don't like my best music on streaming and all that is ones with vocals and that people sing on it. So I'm like, okay, I'm like conscious that the next thing I have to put out, has to have vocals on it. So I'm working with this one rapper in Arkansas, Tylo. I'm working with this other rapper in Montreal. He just started rapping on the little more like boom bap drumless stuff. His name's Prey. I really like the way he raps. Yeah. Working with a couple other people. So it's just like hoping to do maybe a collab album or two, maybe a solo album with different rappers on it. Oh, cool. I had an idea for a tape. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. It has like 3 songs on it already, but I don't know if I'm going to put it out. It's like, you know, sometimes you kind of like taking steps away from stuff. But yeah, so it's just like, it's working on that, making more beats, doing a movie soundtrack, which that I'm excited about.
Wow, I'm so excited for you.
That's stuff I get to compose more, you know, I get to, I'm gonna have a budget, so if I can get like some instruments in, you know, maybe some strings, maybe like a glockenspiel, you know. I really like those, like, you know, the film scores and the way they can be so big, and, you know, the dynamics and the harmony.
The harmony. Really important.
Yes.
The harmony. Yes. Okay. I can't wait. I'm really excited for that. I have a last question for you.
Go ahead.
What can I wish you for the future?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the manifestation.
Manifestation part.
Yeah.
That my...
Could be anything.
That my business, that my music becomes my primary source of income.
Oh, wow.
Well, it is my source of income, but like to the point where I can live comfortably to the life I want to live, you know?
Okay. I wish you la prospérité.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Is there anything I can wish you?
Oh my God.
Surprised you there?
Wow, I don't know. Oh my God, I don't know. Just wish health for my people and me. Why not for me too? And yeah, maybe I will take care of the rest, you know.
Okay, I like that. So I'll make sure, you know, put some good energy out there.
Thank you. Wish me money.
Thank you for having me on here.
Thank you for having me in your place.
Oh, my pleasure.
On my podcast. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Invitation.
I'm so happy. This is my first interview I actually do, so you know.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Oh my God, you were great. Love that. Yeah. Tell him he was great. Tell him.
Thank you. But yeah, so if you guys want, you can check out my Instagram. It's at Wiser Times.
You better. It's in the bio. All the links are in the bio.
Yeah, and then I have my music on all streaming platforms. I have my older stuff's a little more R&B, psychedelic. My newer stuff's more sample based, and hopefully should be coming.
360 Wiser Times.
And hopefully I'll have some new stuff coming out soon. I'll play you some stuff I got this week. Cool. I made this week after.
Nice. Thank you guys. See you next week for a new episode of the Bluecast. I hope you like the English episodes. It's hard, but I'm doing it, okay? I'm trying my best.
J'aurais pu parler français, merci.
C'est ok. J'aime bien. Ça m'entraîne.
Ok, parfait.
Thank you.